We are taught that power is loud, that the world belongs to the one who shouts the loudest, the one who interrupts, the one who slams their fist on the table and dominates the conversation with a barrage of words, arguments, and noise. We are told that to be respected, you must be heard. The ancient Stoics, they knew this was a lie. They knew that the loudest voice in the room is almost always the most insecure. The junior executive is being attacked. The air is thick with accusation. His career in this moment feels like it's hanging by a thread. His heart is hammering. His mind is screaming, "Defend yourself, shout back, explain, plead." And then he does nothing. He doesn't fidget. He doesn't look down. He doesn't stammer out an apology. He simply holds his ground. He maintains calm, steady eye contact. He lets a single slow breath out. He meets the fire with stillness. The power in the room has just shifted, instantly. It did not shift with a clever comeback. It did not shift with a counter-argument. It shifted with silence. The junior executive, by refusing to be pulled into the chaos, has just become the most powerful person in the room. He now controls the frame. The Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, were masters of this art. They understood that while we cannot control the world, we can, with iron-willed discipline, control our response to it. They knew that true power is not found in the external world. It is forged in the quiet, internal furnace of the mind. This is not about being quiet. This is not about being a passive observer. This is about the strategic, intentional, and disciplined use of stillness. It is about understanding that in a world that screams for attention, silence is a shield, it is a weapon, and it is the ultimate sign of self-mastery. Today we delve deep into the 5,000-word doctrine of Stoic power. We will unlock the 9 Stoic secrets of silence, secrets that will teach you how to stop manipulators, command instant respect, and build an unshakable inner fortress. Pay close attention. The first secret is the foundation for all the others. The first and most fundamental secret is the Stoic pause. Epictetus, the enslaved man who became one of history's greatest philosophers, said it best: "He who angers you, conquers you." Read those words again. He who angers you, conquers you. When someone insults you, provokes you, or attacks you, their goal is simple: to get a reaction. They are throwing a line in the water, baiting you to bite. The moment you snap back, the moment you let your face flush with anger, the moment you raise your voice to defend your wounded pride, you have been conquered. They have hijacked your mind. Psychologically, this is the amygdala hijack. Your emotional brain, your lizard brain, takes over from your rational mind. You are no longer a thinking human. You are a bundle of raw, predictable impulses. And a manipulator loves predictable impulses. They feed on your reaction. Your anger is their fuel. Your defense is their victory. The Stoic pause is the shield that breaks this chain. It is the conscious, disciplined creation of space between the stimulus and your response. Someone cuts you off in traffic. The stimulus. Your impulse is to slam the horn, to curse, to feel the hot rush of adrenaline. The Stoic pause is a single, deep breath. It is the conscious choice to see the event for what it is, a person in a hurry, nothing more. You remain calm. You have not been conquered. Someone in a meeting says, "Well, clearly you didn't think this through." A direct attack on your intelligence. Your impulse is to say, "Yes, I did. You just don't understand it." The Stoic pause. You turn to them. You hold their gaze, not with aggression, but with simple, calm curiosity. You wait 1, 2, 3 seconds. The silence stretches. It is in this small gap that you reclaim your power. This pause does two critical things. First, it starves the manipulator. They threw a punch, expecting you to flinch or fight back. You did neither. You simply stood, unfazed. Their punch hit empty air. Now, they are the ones off balance. Second, it allows your rational mind, your prefrontal cortex, to catch up with your emotional brain. In that 2-second gap, you can choose your response. Instead of reacting, you can respond. You can say, "Tell me more about what you think is missing." You can say, "That's an interesting assumption." Or, most powerfully, you can say, "Nothing at all." This is not weakness. This is a fortress. This is the first layer of your new armor. You are no longer a puppet pulled by the strings of external events. You are the master of your own mind. When you master the pause, you begin to master the world. The second secret is the reflective void. Nature and human psychology abhors a vacuum. When you create a void in a conversation, the other person feels an almost gravitational pull to fill it. Most people talk to relieve pressure. They are uncomfortable with stillness. They mistake the silence for disapproval, for a breakdown in communication, and they rush to fix it. The Stoic understands this, and they use it. In a negotiation, this is a legendary tactic. You state your terms. My price for this project is $50,000. And then you stop talking. You don't justify it. You don't add, "But I'm flexible," or "Because it will take me this many hours." You state your truth, and you become silent. The buyer is now in the reflective void. Their mind is racing. Is he serious? That's too high. Is he bluffing? He looks perfectly calm. Maybe it's worth that much. If I don't say something, he might walk away. The pressure builds. The silence becomes a high-pitched ringing in their ears, and then they break. "Well, 50 is more than we budgeted. Could you do it for 45? They have just negotiated against themselves. You, by remaining silent, forced them to reveal their position, their insecurity, and their next move. This is not limited to business. It is a powerful tool for unearthing truth in your personal life. A friend seems distant. You ask, "Is everything okay between us?" They give you a short, evasive answer. "Yeah, fine, just busy." The old you would have pushed. "Are you sure? You seem mad. Did I do something?" This is needy. This is weak. The Stoic you simply nod, hold their gaze with warm, patient eye contact, and remain silent. You have created the void. You have given them the space and the pressure to be honest. They will sit in that silence for a moment, and then the truth will come out. "Actually, I was a little hurt when you..." People are not used to being truly listened to. They are used to being interrupted. When you provide a calm, non-judgmental silence, you become a truth serum. You signal that you are not there to argue or defend, but to understand. In this void, insecurities are revealed. True intentions surface. Hidden truths are brought to light. Do not fear the awkward silence. Learn to wield it. The person who is more comfortable with silence in any interaction is the person who is in control.
The third secret is silence as a boundary. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journals, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." He also wrote, "How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself." Your energy, your focus, your time, these are your most precious, non-renewable resources. Every moment you spend engaged in triviality, you are setting your life on fire. Gossip, pointless complaining, vapid arguments about topics you don't care about. This is the noise of the weak. When you engage in gossip, you are not just hearing it, you are participating. You are signaling that you are the kind of person who finds value in tearing others down. When you complain endlessly with a coworker, you are not bonding, you are entering a shared delusion of victimhood. The Stoic uses silence as a form of a disciplined no. When the conversation in the break room turns to gossip, "Did you hear what Sarah did this weekend? So embarrassing." You have a choice. You can add your own judgment. You can laugh along, or you can remain silent. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to deliver a moral lecture. You simply offer nothing. You give a neutral, non-committal, and then you change the topic. Are you finished with that report? Or you simply finish your coffee and walk away. A powerful message has been sent. I do not participate in this. The gossips will feel this. They will recognize that you operate on a different frequency. They will see you as above the fray, and they will respect you for it. Or, at least, they will learn to leave you alone. Both are victories. This is a boundary. It is a silent wall that you build around your mind. This wall says, "My time is too valuable for this. My energy is reserved for my own actions. I will not be dragged down into your mud." People will test this boundary. They will try to pull you into their drama. Your silent refusal to engage is the strongest defense. This isn't about being arrogant, it's about being focused. It's the ultimate act of self-respect. You are the curator of your own mind. By refusing to let in the noise, you protect your inner peace, your clarity, and your ability to be one, as Marcus Aurelius advised, not just talk about it.
The fourth secret is the still frame. This is about the power of nonverbal silence. Our primate brain, the ancient hardware we all still run, is wired to equate stillness with power. Think of it. In nature, what fidgets? What makes nervous, jerky movements? Prey, the anxious, fearful animal that is constantly scanning for threats. And what moves with slow, deliberate, powerful stillness? The apex predator, the lion, the eagle. It is perfectly still until it decides to act. When you walk into a room, you are being scanned. Before you say a single word, your body has already communicated your status. Do you fidget with your keys? Do you tap your foot? Do you nervously check your phone? Do you use filler words like and like? These are non-verbal leaks. They are signals that you are anxious, insecure, and not in control. The Stoic practices the still frame. This is the discipline of controlled, deliberate movement. When you walk into a room, you walk with a measured pace. When you sit, and you are still. Your hands are calm. When you are in a conversation, you eliminate filler words. If you need a moment to think, you take it in silence. This silence of body and voice is magnetic. It projects unshakable confidence. Think of a great speaker. They walk on stage. They don't rush to the microphone. They stand. They plant their feet. They are perfectly still. They scan the room, making eye contact. 1, 2, 3 seconds of pure, terrifying, charismatic silence. The audience is captivated. They are holding their breath. The speaker owns the room before they have even said hello. You can apply this everywhere. In a meeting, be the person who isn't nervously tapping their pen. Be the still point. When asked a difficult question, don't rush to answer. Pause. Look at the person. Take a breath. This still frame communicates, I am not afraid of your question. I am not afraid of this pressure. I am in complete control. This is not a fake it till you make it trick. This is a practice. By controlling your body, you begin to control your mind. By practicing physical stillness, you cultivate mental stillness. You stop being the anxious prey. You become the lion. The fifth secret is the Stoic mirror. This is one of the most difficult and most powerful tactics. When faced with an emotional outburst, a person yelling, crying, or in the grip of hysteria, our impulse is to meet their energy. We get defensive. Don't you yell at me. We try to fix it. Calm down. Just calm down.
We absorb their panic, and the chaos escalates. The Stoic does the opposite. They become a mirror. They respond to fire with water, to chaos with stillness. When someone is yelling at you, they are in a state of profound emotional dysregulation. They are a storm. They are subconsciously desperate for a container to hold their chaos. If you yell back, you are not a container. You are just another storm. You are two hurricanes colliding. When you remain perfectly calm, when you listen, when you hold your ground, when you do not react, you become the container. You become a mirror. Imagine a customer screaming at you. Your service is a disaster. You don't interrupt. You don't get defensive. You maintain neutral eye contact. You nod slightly, not to agree, but to signal, I am listening. You let them vent. You let them pour out their anger, all their frustration. You just absorb it. Your silence is not passive. It is an active, powerful force. It is saying, your anger does not control me. Your chaos cannot touch my calm. A strange thing happens. The angry person, expecting resistance, finds none. Their anger has nothing to push against. It's like punching water. They will escalate. Are you even listening to me? You say calmly, I am. And you remain silent. And then they run out of steam. The storm passes. And in the quiet aftermath, they are left looking at their own reflection in the mirror of your calm. 9 times out of 10, they will feel foolish. Their own outburst, reflected back to them, looks childish and out of control. They will be the one to break the silence. Look, I'm sorry. I'm very frustrated. You have not only won the encounter, you have disarmed them completely without ever raising your voice. You let their own energy defeat them. This is the mastery of the Stoic mirror. It is the art of letting others see themselves in the stillness of your composure. The 6th secret is the receptive mind. Zeno of Citadel, the founder of Stoicism, famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." This is not just a clever proverb, it is a strategic imperative for a life of wisdom. You learn nothing while you are talking. When you are speaking, you are only repeating what you already know. It is only in silence, in the act of receptive listening, that new information can enter your mind. The person who dominates every conversation, who constantly interrupts, who is always waiting for their turn to speak, they are not a leader. They are a prisoner of their own ego. They are not trying to learn. They are trying to prove. They are trying to prove they are smart, that they are right, that they are in charge. The truly wise person has nothing to prove. In any given meeting, watch for the person who speaks the least. This person is not texting. They are not checked out. They are watching. They are listening to the words, but more importantly, they are listening to what's between the words. They are observing the group dynamics. Who is allied with whom? Who is speaking from ego? Who is speaking from fear? Who is the only one who has done the real research? This silent listener is gathering all the data. And when they finally speak, perhaps with only 1 or 2 sentences, their words are devastatingly effective. Their words are informed. Their words are precise. Their words change the entire direction of the meeting. This is the power of the receptive mind. The Stoic practices silence not as an absence, but as a state of profound, active reception. They ask questions, and then they actually listen to the answer, instead of just planning what they're going to say next. They are comfortable with not knowing. Because of this, they are always learning. And because they are always learning, they are always growing in wisdom and power. Your ego wants you to talk. Your wisdom wants you to listen. Choose wisdom.
The seventh and perhaps most profound secret is the inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, the most powerful man in the world, wrote constantly about his inner citadel, a fortress of the mind, a place of peace and stillness that no external event could ever touch. He wrote, "Today I escaped from anxiety," or no, I discarded it, because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. This is the ultimate goal of the Stoic, to build a mind so disciplined, so strong, that it is unmoved by praise, unbothered by insults, and unfazed by fortune or failure. Most people's inner state is completely dependent on the external world. If someone praises them, they are high. If someone insults them, they are low. If they get the promotion, they are a success. If they lose their job, they are a failure. They are leaves in the wind. The Stoic refuses this. The Stoic uses silence to build the walls of the inner citadel. When someone praises you, "That was the most brilliant speech I've ever heard," the impulse is to gush, "Oh my God, thank you, I was so nervous." The Stoic response is a calm, silent nod, a simple "thank you." They accept the praise, but they do not inhale it. It does not inflate their ego. It is just information. When someone insults you, "That was the dumbest idea in the meeting." The impulse is to crumble or attack. The Stoic response is silence. A calm, "I appreciate your perspective." The insult hits the wall of the citadel and falls, useless to the ground. It is not allowed inside. This is not a detachment from life. It is the deepest engagement with it, on your own terms. It is the understanding that what disturbs us is not the event, but our judgment about the event. The event is just the event. The insult is just words. The praise is just words. The person who has mastered this, they are intimidatingly powerful. You cannot manipulate them because they do not need your approval. You cannot threaten them because they do not fear your disapproval. They are free. They are not silent because they are afraid to speak. They are silent because they have reached a state of peace where words are simply unnecessary. They have mastered themselves.
The eighth secret is the gray rock. This is a specific, strategic, and often necessary weaponization of silence. This is for dealing with the manipulator, the narcissist, the emotional vampire. These toxic people feed on reaction.
They do not want peace, they want drama. They want you to yell, they want you to cry, they want you to beg, to argue, to plead. Your emotional reaction is their narcissistic supply. It is their food. It makes them feel powerful. The gray rock method is the act of starving them. You make yourself intentionally as boring, as unresponsive, and as uninteresting as a plain gray rock. You do not use the Stoic mirror, Secret 5, because that involves connection and empathy, which a narcissist will exploit. You do not use the Stoic pause, Secret 1, to then deliver a wise response. You use nothing. Your toxic ex sends you a long baiting text. I can't believe you're already dating. You never loved me. You're a monster, and our kids will hate you. They are desperate for a fight. They are waiting, buzzing for your angry, defensive reply. A bad response, giving supply. How dare you? You were the one who... A gray rock response. Minimal. I've received your text. A gray rock response. Perfect. No response at all. In person, at a co-parent drop-off. You look terrible. New life not working out for you? You do not defend. You do not attack. You look at them with a dull, bored expression. Here are the kids' bags. Did you hear me? I said you look terrible. The drop-off time is 6 p.m. You give only factual, boring, one-word answers. You do not make eye contact. You show zero emotion. To the manipulator, this is torture. They are an actor on a stage, and you are refusing to be their audience. They will escalate. They will get louder. They will try to provoke you, to get any reaction, even a negative one. And you just remain a boring, gray rock. Yes, no, okay. This is not a game you are playing to win. This is a survival strategy. You are disengaging for your own sanity. The manipulator, getting no supply from you, will eventually, like a frustrated child, get bored and go find a new toy to break. Your silence, your boringness, has become your most powerful weapon of self-defense.
The ninth and final secret is the respectful withdrawal. This is the ultimate power move. This is the wisdom of knowing when the game is over and walking off the field. We have a sunk cost fallacy in arguments. We've already invested 10 minutes, we might as well win. We have a sunk cost fallacy in relationships. We've already invested 5 years. We have a sunk cost fallacy in jobs. We continue to engage, to argue, to fight, long past the point of diminishing returns. The Stoic knows that not every battle is worth fighting. In fact, most are not. They know that not every invitation to an argument needs to be accepted. You are at a family dinner, and the conversation turns to a toxic, circular political argument that you had 100 times. You can feel your pulse quicken. You can feel the old tired comebacks forming on your lips. And then you remember, you have a choice. The old you would have dived in. The Stoic you fall silent. You listen for a moment. You realize no one is changing their mind. This is not a debate. It's a performance of ego. And so you withdraw. You don't have to make a scene. You don't have to flounce and say, I'm not having this discussion. You simply, quietly disengage. You can remain silent, or you can respectfully change the topic. Uncle, how has your garden been this year? If they try to pull you back in,
No, I want to know what you think. You can smile. I'd rather just enjoy the dinner. If the situation is truly toxic, your withdrawal can be physical. You can stand up quietly and say, "Excuse me, I'm going to get some air." You have not lost the argument. You have transcended it. You have declared with your silence and your feet, "My peace is more valuable than your need for conflict." This is the final word. Walking away is not failure. Leaving the toxic job is not failure. Ending the pointless argument is not failure. It is the ultimate act of self-respect. It is the final, silent, and most powerful word. You have won, not by defeating them, but by refusing to lose yourself.
The 9 secrets are a journey. You begin with the shield, the pause. You learn to use the void to find truth. You build boundaries to protect your time. You project confidence with your stillness. You disarm chaos with your calm. You find wisdom by listening. You build your inner citadel and find self-mastery. You use the gray rock to defend your sanity. And you know when to withdraw to preserve your peace. The world will continue to be loud. It will continue to be chaotic. It will continue to demand your reaction. The manipulator will try to pull your strings. The crowd will try to sway you with its noise. But you will be different. You will have the silence of the Stoic. You will have the calm of the Master. You will have the power not to control others, but to do something far more difficult, to control yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." By choosing silence over rage, calm over chaos, and stillness over reaction, you are not just winning an argument, you are winning a life. You have become unlike those who would harm you. You have become free. This is not the silence of fear. This is not the silence of weakness. It is the silence of mastery. It is the sound of a mind that has, at last, come home to itself. If this journey speaks to you, take a moment to subscribe. Continue your path toward unshakable composure. Let this space be your reminder that strength does not shout. It breathes quietly through patience and self-command. And in the comments below, write 2 words, "Stay calm," to mark your commitment to clarity and to your own inner power. Carry this stillness with you. Peace is not the absence of conflict. It is the proof that you have mastered yourself.